Namo Savaryantam, Namo Savaryantam, Namo Savaryantam, Namo Savaryantam, Namo Savaryantam, Savanam, Omkaram Sanyam Nityam Jayanti Yogina, Kamadam Mokshanam Omkarai Namo, Manganam Bhagavani Manganam Uttamam, Manganam Kunkundari Ujendra Mosu Manganam Namasunari Sadhani. Swanubhutya Jathasti Svahai Bhavaya Vivaho Niyusanidata.
Om Namo Loe Sarvatrikavarti Aryantanam. Om Namo Loe Sarvatrikavarti Siddhanam. Om Namo Loe Sarvatrikavarti Aryanam. Om Namo Loe Sarvatrikavarti Vajjanam. Om Namo Loe Sarvatrikavarti Savanam. Om Karam Bindu Sanyuktam Nityam Dhayanti Yoginam Kamadam Moksadam Cheva Om Karaya Namo Nama Nama Samay Saraya Swana Bhutya Chakasade Chitsabhavaya Bhavaya Sarva Bhavantarachide Agnana Timirandanam Gnana Anjana Salakaya Chaksurun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Nama Tirthankaro Jagatana Jayavantavarto Omkaranad Jinano Jayavantavarto Jinana Samo Sarana Sau Jayavantavarto Ne Tirthachara Jagama Jayavantavarto Namo Tirthanayakane Namo Omkaranadane Omkara Sangarotene Namo Te Sri Kunda Kundane Aho Upakara Jinavarano Kundano Dvani Divyano Jina Kunda Dvani Apya Aho Te Guru Kanano Aho Te Bhagavati Matano Dhruva Achalane Anupam Gati Pamela Sarve Siddhane Vandi Kaho Sutta Kevali Bhasita Asamaya Prabhrata Are Om Eka Suddha Sada Arupi Jnana Darshanamay Khare Kai Anyate Maru Jari Paramanu Matra Nati Are Jam Netra Te Majgnana Nati Karaka Nati Vedakare Jane Jakaramodaya Nirajara Bandate Majamokshane Om Namah Siddhevya Om Namah Siddhevya Om Sri Suddhatmane Namaha. Jai Janendra. Today is May 31st, 2016, Tuesday, and we are continuing our discussion on basic Jainism. And we have discussed universe at large, and then we have discussed the 6 universal substances in which we discussed soul, then we discussed matter. Now we are discussing the 3rd universal substance, that is called medium of motion, or it's called Dharmastika. We did that one about 3 weeks back. In between 2 weeks, we had a gap because of my travel schedule and all the things. Anyway, so we will just continue that discussion and see what it is. So we'll go to the slide right away. Share screen. Medium of motion. Okay, we were on this slide last time, so we'll just recapitulate quickly and then go further. There is something called dynamism property. Dynamism property means it's the Indian word is a Kriyavati Shakti. Kriyavati Shakti means the dynamism means the property by which a substance can move by itself. A property by which a substance is capable of moving by itself. So, out of 6 universal substances, how many they have the capacity to move by themselves? And there are 4 in nature. I mean, two substances who can move by themselves, and 4 substances, they don't have this property. Means they don't have this attribute. Remember, if I have a given attribute, then I can have the modification from that particular attribute. For example, I'm the soul and I have a knowledge attribute, so I have capacity to know. This is a pencil and it is a pudgal, means matter. It has a property or attribute of touch, taste, smell, etc. So I can feel it, I can see it's a smooth, I can see it's a black color, and all those things, those are the property of the matter. So similarly, dynamism property is present in the soul and matter, two substances, they have it. When one has a property of dynamism property or dynamism attribute, that means that particular substance is able to move by itself. If something is not present within me, I can't perform that act. For example, I'm the soul, and this soul is arupi, means it's a formless. That means this soul doesn't have a shape, doesn't have a color, taste, touch, etc. Matter particle, this pencil is a matter particle. This pencil does not have knowledge property, does not have knowledge attribute. So this pencil does not have capacity to know. Now, dynamism property is present in both soul and matter. So they both are able to move by themselves. That is a very, very important point to understand, that because of this dynamism attribute or dynamism property, soul and matter, they both having dynamism property. So soul and matter are capable of moving by themselves. Last time we had taken the example. Okay, soul I can possibly understand that can move by itself. Why? Because let's presume that I'm here and from point A to point B I would like to go. So I move. I means soul. Soul moves. Okay, another example. Let's say that this soul and body association right now gets separated. Soul and body, they are having association, that's called birth, and the soul and body get dissociation, that's called death. So when the death occurs over here, when the soul and matter get separated from each other, then soul within no more than 3 samai takes the birth to the next place wherever he or she, wherever the soul is supposed to go. Let's say that there is a soul here and this soul departs from the body. This soul, no more than 3 samais, takes birth either to the celestial life or to the infernal life or to the another human being, or it can take the birth into the plants and animal kingdom. 3 samai, how many, what is 3 samai means? In the blink of an eye, when I'm blinking eye, there are innumerable samais pass by. And those innumerable samai means 10 raised to 49 and beyond. That many samai pass by. And out of those 3 samai, maximum 3 samai, that this soul goes somewhere else and takes birth right away. So, okay, I may accept that soul moves. Okay, the Aryan Bhagwan, for example, Mahavir Swami Bhagwan at age 42 obtained omniscience and he still has a body with him. And at age 72 on Diwali day, Mahavir Swami's physical body and soul get separated, and the soul, the free soul of Mahavir, went in one samai all the way to the top of the universe, top of the universe on the straight up within one samai. So that's a capacity of soul to move. In one summer, it can go on the top of the universe. Huge distance to travel. There are no light years and everything. Light years and everything is called in the science and everything. But these are the things. One summer, it goes on the top of the universe. Okay, I understand that soul possibly can move. But how can a matter can move by itself? That's a question that we have in our mind. The matter, this pencil cannot move by itself, period, case closed. That's what I think. But if I put the pencil over here and I let it go, it fell down. Why did it fall down? Why did that apple fall from the tree down below? What was the reason? Newton tried to find out the property of Gurutvakarsan. He found those principles, scientific principles and everything. Here, Jainism says, this pencil moves by itself from point A to point B by its own capacity. And in my sane mind, I cannot accept these things. Because with my hand, I'm moving pencil from point A to point B. So my hand is moving. Jainism says, no, pencil is moving by itself, hand is moving by itself. They both are separate substances. So how the matter can move by itself, to prove we'll take the support of science. We all have gone to school, high school and college and everything, and we have been told the nature of atom in chemistry and physics. What's that atom? In the center is a proton and neutrons, and on surrounding there are electron rings are there, and electrons are constantly moving. Can somebody tell me who is going there to move that electron continuously in that electron arc? It continues to move by itself. Another example we can take. Hydrogen. It can be formed in the form of a bomb. Oxygen helps in combustion. They both have fire properties. And when you put H2O together, it becomes water, cool personality, cool character. How did it happen? Well, hydrogen atom, and you know what? This was the one that I learned from one of the nuclear physicists in India. I had gone to Udaipur to meet him. And then when I'm coming back from Udaipur, he came to drop me at the bus station. And then we are talking while we are waiting for the bus. And he explained to me, and I can't imagine that how much science and Jainism can go along. What he told me, hydrogen's combustion property and firing property and oxygen's combustion property, when both get together, it becomes water, which is cool. It can put the fire off. How did it happen? So what he said to me, that when you look at hydrogen on H2O molecule, the electron which were moving in the hydrogen, electron which were moving in the oxygen, they change their path. Their arc got changed with combination. And that molecule H2O became cool. So these are the things, because electrons are moving. That's what our take home point right now. Nobody's there to move the electrons. Here you can say pencil is moving because of my hands. Both the hands are holding pencil, and that's why pencil is moving. But who are moving those electrons? Okay. Microscopically we saw it. Macroscopically, I was with the grandchildren on the top of the hill, and I said, listen, look at look at the sun. It went down and went to India now. and tomorrow it will come on the east again. Yes, it's a small child we are explaining. But what happened in that situation? Earth kept on moving on its own axis. And Earth, there is no force going to move the Earth regularly, constantly, or day in and day out. There is no machinery there. So Earth is moving by itself. The galaxies are moving by themselves. What forces are there to move the galaxies? What makes moonrise and sunset and everything? So those are the things. Macroscopically also we know that matter moves by itself. So matter has a capacity to move. That's what our point is over here. And we have proved both ways. And so now this pencil falling down, this pencil falling down, because this pencil was supposed to fall down, it has a capacity to move, and that's why it moved. Well, I throw the pencil up in the air, it goes up and coming down, because that pencil's molecule have dynamism property, dynamism attribute. That's why the pencil is moving up and down by itself. So these are the things that we, when this principle was put forward by Gurudev Kanji Swami, then he said, motor, car, is moving by itself. Car has a matter particles, infinite matter particle got together, became car, and all those matter particles, they have a capacity to move, and so they are moving. That's why the car is moving. So people used to make fun of Gurudev Sri and say, Songar's car is moving by water, not by petrol. They used to make fun of it. And Gurudev Sri said, not only Songar's car, every car in the universe, they are moving by themselves, not by petrol. Petrol, gasoline is the instrumental cause. Another example they gave, if petrol is a cause, gasoline is a cause for car to move, put that gasoline on a rock and see if the rock moves or not. No, rock did not move. So all the particles, matter particles, they have capacity to move by themselves, and that was the radical principle that Gurudev Sri Kanji Swami enlightened that one. He illuminated that point so strongly because Gurudev Sri gave independence of all the universal substances. Be it is a matter or soul, medium of motion, medium of rest, space or time, they are independent. So he gave the independence of the substances. He propagated that principle, which was there all the time, but there was no explanation given, no proper understanding was given, and he just illuminated that point so greatly to make sure that all substances are independent. It's not only all the substances of the universe are independent. I'm the soul, this is my body, this is my shirt, these are my glasses, they are all independent, number one. But even in a given substance, when we enter, let's say we enter into the sphere of soul right now. We are talking soul from outside and say, okay, soul has a capacity of moving and matter has a moving capacity, all those things we are talking. But now, if I enter into the sphere of soul, this is soul right now, and I enter into the soul sphere, and then I see that soul is made up of soul as a substance, soul having infinite attribute, and soul has an infinite modes. And each time, each समय, one mode originates and then disintegrates. And they keep on doing this one forever and ever and ever. Now, when I enter that soul substance, I know soul substance is independent, but even in the soul substance, transient modification occurring within one samay. Remember that samay, blink of an eye, innumerable samay pass by. That kind of samay, there is one modification, one mode, one paryay occurs, one parinati occurs, and this one paryay, one modification, one mode is also independent. It doesn't depend on anything else. I became angry right now because of you? No, my mode decided to be in the anger form right now. Nobody's reason for that. So Gurudev Sri gave that kind of independence of a substance's independence. At the same time, even the substance having modes, they are also independent. And this kind of the radical ideas that Gurudev Sri propagated is not that he did not create from himself. It is written in the scripture. It's hidden in the scripture. He just took the dirt out and just propagated that principle for us. So, a thing capable of moving by itself is having a dynamism property, and soul and matter can move by themselves. They don't need anybody's help, remember. Then what is medium of motion? Dharmastika, what is it? It simply provides as instrumental cause. Dharmastika, nimit provide करे છે. Medium of motion simply provides as instrumental cause. We have talked about definition of instrumental cause, and it won't be unfair again to talk the definition again. Instrumental cause can be said to be instrumental cause when an act is getting done in a principal cause. Once again, instrumental cause can be said to be instrumental cause only and only when there is an action going on in the principal cause. નિમિત્ત પર નિમિત્તનો આરોપ ત્યારે જ આવે જ્યારે ઉપાદાનથી ઉપાદાનમાં કાર્ય થાય ત્યારે. This room has a light. If I leave the light on 24 hours, it is not an instrumental cause to anything. But when I'm sitting over here, when I want to see this computer screen, I want to have a light. Otherwise, I won't be able to find my pencil. Where is my pencil? Where is my telephone? So then my light is required. That light is an instrumental cause. Why? I'm getting action within me. So medium of motion simply acts as instrumental cause. For example, the fish wants to swim in the water. So water provides vehicle for fish to swim, but water cannot do anything to the fish. Fish by itself has a capacity to swim, and that's why fish is swimming in the water. Water simply provided vehicle, so water is simply an instrumental cause for fish to move. Then you are going to say, okay, then let's take the water out. Let's take the fish out of the water and see what happens. Fish will still try to swim. It will try to show the movement. If water is important for fish to swim, then what happens when I throw the rock inside? Why the rock sinks? Rock sinks and fish swim. They both have their own capacity to do those kind of things. Water simply remains as vehicle. Yes, water's presence is there, but presence of water does not do anything else except being present. So Gurudev Sri took this one point ahead. Having given this example of the fish and of a rock and everything, he said, me to obtain samyak darshan, me to obtain right faith, me to obtain enlightenment. It is my own doing, my own personal effort, and my own doing only. That's it. And while it is happening, while I'm getting experiencing of my soul, at that time in outside, omniscient Lord, Holy Scripture, and enlightened monk, they are present as an instrumental cause. They did not do anything to me. Scripture did not do anything to me. Yes, this scripture is present on my table right now, but did the scripture do anything to me? No. If I don't have idea or intention of reading the book, it doesn't make difference how many books are standing on my computer, on my shelf. Only when I open the book, then that book becomes instrumental cause for me to know the principles. So instrumental cause, it's present for an act getting done, cannot do anything in that. This book present over here, it's a large book. I have not gone through all the large book, all the pages, but whatever page I want to go through this dictionary, I open and I can learn. So at that time, that word become instrumental cause for me to know from the dictionary. So instrumental cause is a one which is present, but cannot perform anything. It cannot interfere in the acts of a substance. And this is a very important definition we have to understand, because there were 5 principles Gurudev Ji propagated in 45 years of his lectures. And one important principle he kept on hitting hard day in and day out, lecture after lecture, pravachan after pravachan after pravachan, saying that instrumental cause is present but cannot perform act. So do I need guru in my life or not? If there's no guru, my work cannot be done. No, if I'm ready to learn, guru is present, scripture is present, omniscient Lord is present. And on those 3 things, omniscient Lord, Holy Scripture, and enlightened monks, those 3 are interchangeable. And one of them is always present when I'm learning something. So it is my capacity to learn, and that's why these instrumental causes are present. You know, if we say, if there is no guru, there is no gnan and everything, if one has to have guru, if I'm saying, I'm telling you, we as a soul are existing since time infinite. How many times did we go to the assembly of preaching of the omniscient Lord? Infinite time we went to the assembly of preaching assembly hall of omniscient Lord. Bhagwan na Samosaram. There is a perfect, he is an omniscient Lord. He is also the greatest guru. And whatever sound came out from the Lord's body became the Holy Scripture. So all those 3 things are in one at the time. And I'm there, we are there. Nothing happened to us. Why? Because we were not prepared. Our principal cause was not in action. So, principal cause is me. When the action occurs within me, then associative, favorable situation and or persons are called instrumental cause. So same way, medium of motion simply provides instrumental cause for soul and matter to move. Soul and matter are moving, medium of motion provides instrumental cause. And that is only the property of medium of motion, which is primary property. Soul is a substance, matter is substance, medium of motion, medium of ray, space and time, there are 6 substances are there, and each one has infinite attributes within. instead of going through all the infinite attributes, we just select 1 or 2 or 3 from a given substance and we just work through that. There is no time for me or us to go through infinite attribute of a substance. For example, if I give you the 2 white powder, edible powder, and I just say, Ketan, tell me what are those powders, and you put the 1 powder on your tongue and say, this is sugar, and second thing you said salt. Why? Because this is salty taste and this is sweet taste. So what happened? Taste is one attribute out of infinite attribute of a substance. And one principal taste attribute, I took it into principle and I said, therefore, this is a sugar having infinite attribute with a principal attribute of sweetness. Therefore, this is the salt having infinite attribute with a principal attribute of salty taste. Therefore, this is soul because having infinite attribute, but primarily there is a knowledge that I see it. There is consciousness, I feel it. So each substance is, we take 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 principal attributes and rest are to be made secondary. I don't have time to go through all the things. So Omniscient Lord said, okay, I'll just show you the only principal things and you just understand that part and your act is getting done. Remember, medium of motion simply provides instrumental cause for me to swim, for moving, and that's all it is. And so that's a medium of motion's principal action. Medium of motion's principal action is to provide instrumental cause for any substance which has capacity to move. So soul and matter, they have capacity to move, and medium of motion simply provides as instrumental cause as its own main property. So now, me, right now, I'm sitting here as a soul and my body. Body is made up of matter and soul. Soul and matter both are combined together, and now this particular person wants to move from point A to point B. Who is responsible for the point A to point B movement? Soul and matter. Soul, me is a soul, and matter, this body. They are the principal reasons for movement. Medium of motion simply provided instrumental cause. I'm the fish, wants to swim, water provided vehicle. Medium of motion's presence is important, but it does not take part in the reaction. As the water doesn't take part in the reaction of a fish to swim or rock to sink. So that's an important point we have to understand. And then medium motion does not inspire soul and matter to move. Soul and matter by themselves are moving. They have capacity to move by themselves. Nobody is forcing them to move. This pencil, it is supposed to have the next modification of movement, and so it simply moved. It fell down or it went up in the air. Medium motion simply provided as an instrumental cause. So those are the important things we have to understand from dynamism property and medium of motion. And for this one, if you want to read, it is Panchastikaya, stanza number 85, nicely explained there. Now, only medium of motion can be instrumental cause for motion. What happens? Medium of motion spreads through the cosmic space, so it's able to provide instrumental cause for any number of substances which wants to move. For example, I'm sitting in a car and I want to go from point A to point B. So medium of motion says, okay, I'm going to provide you instrumental cause. At the same time, the plane is taking off from the Phoenix airport to go to Los Angeles. Then medium of motion says, okay, I'm going to provide you instrumental cause for that one. And meanwhile, Earth is moving. Then medium of motion says, okay, Earth, I'm going to provide you instrumental cause for your movement. So every substance is present in the universe. Medium of motion provides them instrumental cause, because the medium of motion spreads throughout the whole cosmic space. Medium of motion is in number wise it's only one, and is spread it through the whole cosmic space. So any substances, any soul and matter present in the cosmic space wants to move, then medium of motion says, I'm there, don't worry, I'm going to provide you the vehicle. Ocean is there, somebody wants to swim, ocean is providing vehicle for that. Fish wants to swim, ocean provides a vehicle. Rock wants to sink, the ocean provides a vehicle. Boat wants to go from point A to point B on the water, and ocean provides vehicle for that. So same way here, medium of motion provides vehicle to every possible substances which wants to move in the cosmic space. Soul has innumerable space points, but cannot be spread through cosmic space all the time. Now, this one is a little bit tricky, a tricky bullet that we have it. I'm the soul right now, and I occupy the same as my body. Whatever 1.2 or 2 meters, 2 meter cube, or whatever that volume is there. So I'm occupying that much area. If this soul goes to an end, the soul has a capacity to contract and expand its innumerable space points. So in the end, when it goes, it will become that much small. Space point will constrict. And the same soul goes into a bacterium. It will shrink that much. Or that same soul goes to the elephant's life, then it becomes that much bigger space point. And soul, in some cases, some unique cases, can spread through whole cosmic space also. It's called Kevali Samudgat. Kevali Samudgat means the omniscient Lord. For example, Mahavir Swami, we can take it. That age 72, when Mahavir Swami is able to when he's ready to get the liberation, and his time for liberation is right now. I mean, 6 summers are remaining, and he still has to shed some of the lot more karma from the space point of the soul. At that time, that particular soul will expand 1, 2, 3 samay, it will expand to the whole universe, and within next 3 samay it will come back, and all the extra karma particle that is there, they'll get separated out, and then the soul gets liberated. That is called Kevali Samudgat. That means at that time, soul can also spread through the whole cosmic space transiently for 1 samay only. Okay, then time and 1 atomic particles having only 1 space point, so cannot be available for throughout the cosmic space. See, we are talking who is present in the cosmic space. So we said medium of motion is spread through the cosmic space. Soul has innumerable space point, but can be in the smallest part, smallest area as a bacterium, or it can become whole spread through the cosmic space. It's possible. Same with time. Time is a 1 unit only, and that 1 unit has it occupies 1 space point. 1 space point. Similarly, atomic particle, remember we are talking Jainism atomic particle, Jain Parmanu we are talking, that can also occupy 1 space point. So they cannot be available through all through the cosmic space, because matter, atomic particle of a matter occupies 1 space point. Time occupies 1 space point. So they cannot be available through the whole cosmic space. Okay. Space in the cosmic and transcosmic area. Space is a substance. Soul, matter, medium of motion, medium of rays, space and time. The space is a huge. Total space is a huge. The huge space in the teeny tiny smallest area of the space, if we take it, there's going to be cosmic area, cosmic space. Last week, Pandit Sri Phulchandji Sastri was here, and he was giving example to explain what is the cosmic area, cosmic space and transcosmic space. Cosmic space and transcosmic space makes the total space substance. He said, take the whole earth right now, okay? In the whole earth, take the different countries, and we just say United States of America, okay? Then you take the state, you take the Arizona state. Then you take the city, you take the Phoenix. Then you take a area and you just take North Phoenix. Then you take the area, it's called Moon Valley area, Lookout Mountain area. Then you take the area which is called 12th Street. Then you just said 14853 North 12th Street is an address from my house. Then you enter my house, and then you come to my one room, and then you see a fan. A fan. Compared to the whole earth, the size of the fan is how much? That's a similarity of cosmic, a complete space and a cosmic space. So whatever the teeny tiny area occupied by that so-called fan in the whole earth, similarly in a whole space area, most of the things are transcosmic space, and teeny tiny area like that fan is a cosmic space. Now, if this cosmic, if this space we are taking complete space, and we are talking cosmic space, a teeny tiny dot in that one, and that dot means how big it is. When I'm sitting over here, when I'm sitting the sun and moon and sun system and all the planets and everything, and we get amazed that we went to the moon and everything, there is only one sun system. When you look lots of stars and everything, when you look at the Milky Way, there are infinite sun systems are there. All that thing is cosmic space. And science today says, oh my God, to go to point A to point B, it will be huge time, and whatever, sun is so far away, and the stars are so far, and Milky. So this is part of the cosmic space. But considering transcosmic space, it is not even a dot. Practically, it's a drop of water in the whole ocean. That's a cosmic space. And that cosmic space is so large, so you can imagine how big is a transcosmic space. Now, our point of interest over here is, if the space is having instrumental cause for movement, then rest of the substances will be in the transcosmic space too. Suppose this space has a capacity to give instrumental cause for movement, then substances could be present in the cosmic space as well as in transcosmic space, but there's nothing in the transcosmic space except for space only. Therefore, it proves that cosmic space and transcosmic space, that space is large, and it cannot be the instrumental cause for movement of a given substance. Here we are trying to prove only medium of motion can have capacity of motion, you know. Then medium of rest has having opposite property of making substance to stop from motion. Medium of rest, when we come to that chapter, then it will just say it's having opposite property of medium of motion. Medium of motion helps moving substances to move, and medium of rest helps moving substances to stop. So medium of rest cannot be the instrumental cause for motion. Same as a cosmic space cannot be the medium of motion, instrumental cause for motion. Time and atom are very small. They are not time units are not, an atom particle is only one space, so it cannot provide everything to move around. Soul can become same as a cosmic space, but it's transiently only. Otherwise, it takes the transmigratory soul takes the shape of a body only. And that's why we prove that only medium of motion spreads to the cosmic space and so has a capacity to provide instrumental cause for any substances which has a capacity to move. Acharya Bhagavan is very smart. He knew that you are going to ask this question. And so he already gave the answer before you raised the question about it. So that's what we have it. Next, let's see. So this is the again Pravachan Sar, stanza 133 to 134. That's for your reference. You can just check it out. And when you're ready for that, and it's sometimes in the future we'll take this Pravachan Sar also maybe. Okay. So Jain said that the shape of a medium of motion. What's the shape of medium of motion? Shape of medium of motion is the shape of the cosmic space. This is a cosmic space. This is the upper world. This is a lower world. This is a middle world. These are called heaven. These are called 7 hells, 16 heavens. And this teeny tiny dot over here is a middle world where we live. On the top of the universe, the adobe of Siddha is there. Siddha Shila is there, where liberated souls reside. So this is the shape of the universe according to Jainism. And it just says, as if there's a man standing with his feet wide apart and both the hands put it on the middle of the body. So that kind of a shape of our universe is there. And so shape of medium motion is exactly same. It's spread it through the whole universe all around, okay? Completely. So shape of the medium motion is shape of the cosmic space, having innumerable space point because the cosmic space has innumerable space point. Yeah, innumerable space point. So it is same as so medium of motion is one unit, occupies the whole cosmic space and having the shape of the cosmic space, and it occupies innumerable space point, same as a cosmic space. So those are the things for medium of motion that we know about it. Let's see what's next. Why other substances cannot move? Question is, we just said only soul and matter can move. Why other substances are not able to move? What's wrong with them? Well, because they don't have dynamism property. But so what? So let's see what it says. Only soul and matter substances have property of moving by themselves because they have dynamism attribute within. They have the dynamism attribute within, and that's why they can move and nobody else can move otherwise. They both have dynamism type of spatial property within. Spatial means they are present only in soul and matter and not in the remaining 4 medium motion, medium rest, space and time. They don't have those properties. They don't have that attribute within. Medium motion, medium rest, space and time, these substances do not have dynamism property. If you don't have property, you don't move. Water's property is to provide cool and fire's property is to provide heat. Now, so they have their own individual property. Soul's property is to know. Matter's property is touch, taste, smell, is seeing, hearing. So those are the spatial property for each substances. So medium motion, medium rest, space and time, dharmastika, adharmastika, akash, kal, they don't have Kriyavati Shakti. They don't have dynamism attribute. These substances are eternally stationary and unable to move. These four guys, medium motion, medium rest, space and time, they are eternally stationary. They don't move at all. They are unable to move because they don't have any capacity to move, because they don't have dynamism property within. So this, I think, comes to an end for, okay, does medium motion provides motivation for soul and matter to move? Okay, this is a very important point right now. Does medium motion provide motivation? I motivated my child to do certain things. As a doctor, somebody motivated patient to quit smoking. Similarly, does medium motion provides motivation for soul and matter to move? Can medium motion tell me that, hey, soul, I'm here, I'm helping you, move. Medium motion cannot provide. Why? Horse is moving. Therefore, the person is riding also is moving. That is called causal agent. Horse and a person sitting on the horse, person riding the horse. Horse is moving, and that way the person riding the horse is also moving. So the horse is called causal agent. It's called causal agent. Okay? Medium motion is not the causal agent for soul and matter to move. As a horse is moving, I'm moving because I'm riding. So that's why the horse can be accused that he is providing me motivation to go from point A to point B. Okay? Medium motion is not like that horse. It doesn't provide any causal agent for soul and matter to move. It's just simply inert. It's simply present. Water is there. Water doesn't say that, hey, you come and swim. My pool is there. Doesn't say that, hey, you come and swim. No. When I want to go for swimming, water will be there. When I want to swim, ocean water is present. But ocean water doesn't invite me to come and just swim. They are simply indifferent instrumental cause. What is it? Medium motion is simply called udasin nimit, or indifferent instrumental cause. The light over here does not invite me to come and say, hey, you know, it's dark. I'm providing light. Come and sit down here. No, only when I want to enter this room, only I want to read, only I want to do the computer work, then the light is instrumental cause for me. So it is an indifferent instrumental cause. Over here, this horse is a horse, and a horse with a person riding on it called causal agent. On opposite side, medium motion is called indifferent instrumental cause. Okay? Other day we are coming from Los Angeles, and there is one fly entered in the car, and no matter what we tried, it remained in. So that fly came also from Los Angeles to Phoenix. Because car is moving, so the fly is also getting ride. So car became causal agent for the fly to come to Phoenix. But medium motion doesn't say that, okay, you want to go to Phoenix? I'm here. Start driving. I'm going to help you out. No. Medium motion says, you want to move, you move. I'm simply present for you. That's it. So it's a udasin nimit versus hetu karta. Causal agent versus indifferent instrumental cause. Two things are there. Now, medium motion is simply like stationary water becoming instrumental cause for fish to swim. Medium motion is simply like stationary water. Water becoming instrumental cause for fish to swim. Same way, medium motion provides me vehicle when I want to move, when matter wants to move. So it doesn't invite anybody. There are no, There are not the source of motion for water and for soul and matter. Medium motion is not the agent, is not the causal agent. It does not inspire soul and matter to move. They are simply present through the cosmic space. That's it. Soul and matter move with their own dynamism property. So these are the things, it gives independence of each and every substance. Medium motion does its own job of providing as an instrumental cause, and soul and matter, they do their own job of moving by themselves. And medium motion's presence is there, but does not provide motivation for soul and matter to move. So this is kind of very important take-home message, that there is independence of each and every substance of the universe. Now, if I'm walking, simply walking, I have to just analyze that, okay, soul is moving by its own dynamism property. Soul residing in the body, having matter particles, they are also having capacity to move by themselves, so they are moving by themselves. And medium motion is simply providing me the instrumental cause for moving, but medium motion does not take part in my motion at all. All that kind of analysis I should try to do there. And that will ultimately help me to understand the independence of me, substance, soul. I don't want to worry about matter and medium motion and medium creation. Me, who am I? I'm independent. And these are the independent properties that we are describing here. So causal agent or indifferent instrumental cause, both are inert. Horse was moving by himself and person was moving by himself. They both appear to be going together, but horse is moving independently and person is moving independently. And if horse is reason for the person to move, what happens if that person dozes off on the horse? Person will fall off and horse will keep on moving. So causal agent like horse moving the person riding on it, or medium motion providing instrumental cause for the soul and matter to move, they both are inert. They both are inert. They don't take part in the action. Even further dissecting that possibility, horse has a soul, that soul has a capacity to move. Horse has a body, which is a matter particle, has a capacity to move. Person riding is a soul, has a capacity to move. Person residing in the body, that body also has a capacity to move. All those four are moving by themselves. And all those four are moving, that simply instrumental cause is provided by medium of motion. That's it. So this gives us idea about medium of motion, what it can do, what it cannot do, and all the things. And this is what we have to learn over here. I think this is the last slide for this medium of motion. So here we are finishing the medium of motion. Next time when we meet, we'll take a medium of race, space and time, and we'll just continue going further. The whole idea is we move very slowly in our Swadhyaya and everything, just because whatever I understand, whatever I learn becomes retained. It retained with me. It's not simply we sit down and listen and then next moment we forget. No, these are the principles. These are basic building block for our spirituality. You may say, who cares about this medium motion, everything? No, it does is important. It does important to know for us. Why? Over here, just simply, horse is moving and person is riding is also moving. And there we divided four independent substances are moving by themselves. So independence of this substance in the universe is a main principle thing that Gurudev propagated, and for that thing we are indebted to him that today we have capacity to understand all these things just because he put all those things in front of us. Any questions so far? Anybody?
So how was the meeting in California?
Oh,
And at your house?
yeah.
Tell us something good that you learned.
Yeah. Pandit Fulchandji Sastri has come in US, and he is an extremely dynamic personality. 34-year young kid. I mean, my older kid is 40, for example. So he's like a kid, and he has a extreme amount of knowledge, and not only the knowledge of Jain principles, but also he has other capacity that whatever country he goes in, he starts speaking that language and gives lecture of Jainism in that particular language.
Wow.
So far, he has done 96 languages that he has translated Atma Siddhi. And his aim is to finish 415 different languages to translate this Atma Siddhi by the end of November 2017, which will be 150th birthday of Srimad Rajchandraji. He is planned to visit 142 countries. USA is a number 56 country.
He's giving a lecture in English next Wednesday.
English lecture and Gujarati and also 3 or 4 times he ended up speaking something which I have no idea what he was talking. 15-20 minutes he just went in trance and started talking. And then we recorded, and when he came out and I said, Fulchandji, you are talking some different language. So he said, oh, I think I was talking Javanese language. Oh. I was talking the East Timor language. I mean, there's some unusual languages, He can speak the Chinese language and all kind of things, So he's really dynamic personality. Right now he's in Miami. His lectures are going to be in Gujarati. And on a Saturday night, 8:30 p.m. Of Miami time, which is a New York time, he's going to give lecture in Gujarati for video conference, same as this Zoom. So if you or your friends or relatives or parents or children, whatever people want to attend that one, Saturday night will be a great lecture to listen to him. He's an amazing personality. We learn a lot from him. And that's all he keeps on saying, the Dravya Drashti, Dravya Drashti, Dravya Drashti. Means just you have to have just your vision to be directed to your eternal soul substance. That's a central theme that he'll be giving all throughout the lecture for 1 hour that he will speak or 2 hours that he will speak, And he is a really ardent follower of Gurudev Sri Kanji Swami. Whatever Gurudev Sri propagated principle, he is expounding those things and spreading all over the world for those principles. Really, really amazing personality. And we were very lucky to host at our place. And then we were also able to go to Los Angeles with him. And we learned a lot. It's every day is learning. Every day is learning.
It's all based, but I think the foundation is still Atma Siddhi, right? That's
no. He is spreading the message of Atma Siddhi, but his principal foundation is Gurudev Sri Kanji Swami's philosophy.
Okay.
And actually, he was born in the same village of Gurudev Sri Kanji Swami, Umrala. And he was born 9 months after the Gurudev Kanji Swami's departure from this earth,
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's really great, yeah. And I think in Miami, there are some English lectures are also there. And, you go to I may send it out, that information to all of you, on this Tuesday group. I'll send it out if anybody's interested. Okay?
Thank you.
Javani ke gyan se suje lokalo, sovani mastaka namo sada deta hundo. 9 times Namo Mantra. Namo Orientana, Namo Siddhana, Namo Ananda, Namo Ram, Namo Leso Sanam. Namo Orientana, Namo Siddhana, Namo Ananda, Namo Ram, Namo Leso Sanam. Namo Orientana, Namo Siddhana, Namo Ananda, Namo Ram, Namo Leso Sanam. Namo Orientana, Namo Siddhana, Namo Ananda, Namo Ram, Namo Leso Sanam. Namo Orientana, Namo Siddhana, Namo Ayana, Namo Sam, Namo Loe Sosanam. Namo Orientana, Namo Siddhana, Namo Ayana, Namo Sam, Namo Loe Sosanam. Namo Orientana, Namo Siddhana, Namo Ayana, Namo Sam, Namo Loe Sosanam. Namo Orientana, Namo Siddhana, Namo Ayana, Namo Sam, Namo Loe Sosanam. Namo Orientana, Namo Siddhana, Namo Ayana, Namo Sam, Namo Loe Sosanam. Jai Jinendra. There is an important announcement for next Swadhyaya onward. I'll be going out on vacation for about till July 4th. And so we won't be able to do this Swadhyaya till July 4th. And as soon as I'm back to Phoenix, then we'll resume those things. Till then, just imbibe on whatever you have learned and start reading those things and prepare yourself so, we have better and better understanding. Okay? All right? Thank you. Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra, uncle.
Jai Jinendra, beta. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Jai Jinendra, Ben.